And our next fight is coming out of the 170-pound weight class. That is welterweight. It's going to see Stacy Turpin fighting out of the red corner against Mike McCoy of the blue corner. Coming out first is going to be Turpin. Both fighters, of course, are making their MMA debuts tonight, not really knowing exactly what is going to come from either fighter. Just looking to see how they may fare in it. Turpin is a pretty muscular kid, as I've seen, and he might be able to scrap a bit. I also know adversely is McCoy is a former Ohio State Wrestling Tournament placer from 2008. Turpin getting checked in by his cornerman, getting the Vaseline applied to his face. That's for cuts and other bruises. Being checked out by the referee outside the cage before he enters. Turpin proceeds to his corner as his opponent Mike McCoy comes to enter into the arena. McCoy steps up to get his check by his cornerman and be checked in by the referee. Again, for this fight, it's as even as it can seem so far. Both fighters are standing at 5'9" and weighing in at 170 pounds. As far as record goes, the slate is clean. However, someone has to go out with a loss. McCoy enters into the ring and takes his corner. Referee going to be in charge of this bout is Mark Matheny. Stacy Turpin making his debut fighting out of the red corner wearing black shorts. McCoy fighting out of the blue corner sporting the tap out green and yellow shorts. McCoy obviously hailing from Marion, Ohio, as I mentioned earlier, a product of the local wrestling scene. As I said, had great continued success both at River Valley and Pleasant High School, was a part of that dynamite team at Pleasant High School when they were dominant in state wrestling. McCoy himself finished out his senior year 5th in the state. McCoy sporting for the local renowned Team Strength. Referee Mark Matheny checks with both fighters. Comes to the touch of the gloves, and we begin round number 1. Turpin goes for a kick. McCoy stands strong. Turpin looking for some blows. McCoy's got a single. Let's see if he finishes it. Gets in tight. Fights off that. Again, it looks like Turpin's going for blows, and McCoy is going to use his wrestling technique to take down. Hopefully McCoy can keep his head out Looks like Turpin's trying for a guillotine, but it doesn't look like he exactly has it locked in. Of course, McCoy slips out. Turpin has his feet are hooked in the guard. Let's see if McCoy can work from here. Maybe separate some bodies or lift and get up close to the cage. Turpin holding tight to the head, trying to defend, trying to see if maybe he can get a position to get out of the guard and possibly do something about his position. He's looking for a return, and McCoy returns him to the mat, followed by a few blows. Turpin looks like he's going to be happy with holding on to the head, maybe keeping McCoy from exchanging any blows. McCoy takes the full mount, see if he can get some position. Turpin holding tight to the body to keep McCoy from creating space to be able to trade some blows. Looks like Turpin's remaining successful on it. Looks like he's trying for a reversal. McCoy holds on tight. McCoy looking for some blows, needing to separate his body. McCoy's got his leg wrapped up around the body, and Turpin gets a reversal. Turpin obviously wants to go to his feet. Letting McCoy up, doesn't want anything to do with that position. Turpin again trading some blows. Let's see how McCoy reacts. Oh, as you can see right there, Turpin is cut and bleeding from the eye, both it looks like above the bridge of the nose and from the outside upper of his left eye. McCoy shakes off some punches, tries for a takedown, presses him against the cage, of course. Both men looking for position, McCoy pressing against the cage. McCoy pressing shorter and keeping the distance close. Looking to fight out of it is ref Mark Matheny. Both fighters looking for a position. And there goes Turpin with a little bit of a blow and a shove off. McCoy kind of reels, and we're back at square one. Both fighters facing off. Turpin looking for some blows again. McCoy kind of jabbing a little bit. McCoy in on the shots. McCoy takes him down, but Turpin's got in a guillotine. Turpin cranking it. And I can see from here that Turpin is bleeding a good amount. Oh, it might be saved by the bell for McCoy, but it looks like, in my opinion, McCoy did some good damage against Turpin. Obviously, the physical damage is against Turpin, as Turpin is bleeding, which is something not exactly common in the amateur status, especially not at that amount so quickly. McCoy must have landed one good shot on his face. So far, it looks like it's been a very eventful and very exciting fight as we head into round two. Both men being attended to by their corners. Turpin being cleaned up with that blood. McCoy getting some words of encouragement from his cornerman. One thing to watch out is McCoy has been close to getting caught in that guillotine a couple of times. I think for that, as far as the wrestling and ground and pound goes, McCoy has been dominant, whereas on the feet, Turpin has reigned supreme with his punches and blows and kicks. I think if we see one way, if we see the fighters go to the ground, McCoy may have the edge, and if we see the fighters stay on their feet, Turpin may have the edge. Referee Mark Matheny starts round two. Both fighters come to the center, squaring off. Turpin looks like he's preparing for a blow, and I'd imagine McCoy is probably looking for his end to get a takedown. Turpin gets a good blow on McCoy, and McCoy reversing with his own. Oh, Turpin going in with his own shots, and McCoy reacts by getting a body lock. Let's see if McCoy can do anything with it. McCoy with cage pressure pushing Turpin against the cage. Another thing to think is, with the excitement and the intensity of the fight, cardio may come into a play if the fight goes to the full distance. McCoy able to use that body lock and sweep out the leg, trip it up, and take Turpin over. Still kind of not a full position for either fighter. McCoy trying to get that side mount, trying to get in a position to do some damage on Turpin. Turpin doing a good job of fighting it. McCoy's got a key lock that he's looking for. Let's see if he can do something with it. He's cranking it if he can. If he can get it in tight and right, oh, it looks like it slipped out. Might have been some good promising for McCoy. Probably just wasn't tight enough. McCoy pressing that forearm down. And it looks like we're holding on tight. Both fighters, if they want to stay in that position, they better connect with some stuff, or the referee is probably going to see about starting them up to get some more excitement out of it. McCoy landed some good knee shots to the side, and when Turpin goes to defend, McCoy goes right to the head with a hammer fist. McCoy again, another knee shot, pressing that forearm, getting some distance against Turpin. McCoy looking like he's seeming to settle in his position. Turpin looking like he's just hanging on. Turpin drapes the leg. Turpin may be looking for a little bit of a submission. McCoy doesn't look like he's in too much trouble, and he fights around that leg. McCoy remaining dominant on the ground and pound. McCoy, both fighters a hammer fist from McCoy. Those hammer fists can be brutal. If McCoy can connect on the right combo, it could be quite in his favor to end the fight. Right now, oh, he's got that key lock again. Let's see if it's good enough. He's got it in tight. It looks tight. I don't know if it is enough. Turpin may be squirrely enough to square him out of it. It looks like he is. Again, nice key lock. Very exciting. Not enough to finish the fight, though. Final 10 seconds here in the fight. See if maybe McCoy can get some more blows. See if maybe it ends again. Another round that I'd say is pretty even. Starting out in Turpin's favor with some nice shots blown against McCoy. McCoy looking like he might be dazed a little bit from it, and then McCoy comes out of nowhere for that body lock, gets that takedown, gets the side mount, starts working that key lock, has it in twice, but no avail from it, but also is able to trade some blows and some knees to the side and some hammer fists on the face. There you see the EAC ring girl sporting around. It is our final round of the fight. Third round, 3 minutes left to go in this one. Looking forward to it. Both fighters, let's see who has cardio. And referee Mark Matheny says, let's finish this one out. Let's go to the third round. 3 minutes left. A sign of sportsmanship between two fighters as they present their hands. Referee Mark Matheny acknowledges to both fighters that it is round 3 and to not leave anything behind. Finish out the fight. McCoy could land a good punch. He might be able to open that cut again. That seems to have ceased bleeding for now on Turpin, but McCoy again pressing Turpin against the wall. Turpin, though, has his arm wrapped around that throat. Again, the guillotine possibility. I think we're getting to see what fighters like, or maybe what they've trained. McCoy with the key lock submission. Turpin with the guillotine. Turpin says, I've had enough of this tying up, and he wants to go to the center and probably trade blows. Looking for a kick, no avail from that. Oh, he lands a punch right there. Lands a jab, tries again, but McCoy ducks away. McCoy with another takedown. Turpin able to get his legs wrapped around for the guard. McCoy's going to see if he can separate, get some distance. Turpin looking, seeing if maybe he can get an armbar possibly. As we saw McCoy controlling the ground and pound once a takedown was in, if he was in his position. We could possibly see the rest of the fight go that long, although I imagine referee Mark Matheny may want to stand him up to get an explosive finish and maybe get something a little bit more decisive. But we'll see what both fighters can do, maybe see if the fight can be decided instead of going to the judges. As of yet, it very much seems like it's a judge's decision. If I had to guess, it might be a split decision rather than unanimous. Referee Mark Matheny says, let's get separated, let's get ready to fight. Both fighters showing a little bit of exhaustion. McCoy better defend against the shots that Turpin throws. I don't know who's more exhausted. Maybe McCoy from having to dig out those takedowns, whereas Turpin has been able to just lock around the head and around the body and just stay tight and not suffer any damage. Let's see. If I'm cornerman for either side, I'd say Turpin, let's be swinging for the fences, trying to get a good blow. And for McCoy, let's get a good takedown and see if we can get back to that hammer fist, maybe even try your key lock again. Looking for body ties. McCoy has that underhook on the left and is looking for a leg sweep with his other hand. Looking like nothing, pressed against the cage. Referee might separate him again as it's kind of slowing down. Final 10 seconds here in the fight. Let's see if we can get some flurries out of it. It looks like we might not. It might come to a slow end. Turpin with a good knee to the stomach. Both fighters go the distance. I'd imagine both are pretty well gassed after that. An exciting fight. And in-ring official Mark Matheny going around to collect the judges' scorecards. We'll have to wait and see what the tallies say. In spite of what the end result is, I'd say it was a pretty exciting fight. Out of two MMA fighters looking for their debut, both hoping for their first win. Someone has to go home with the loss, unfortunately. Good. How do you go? Good. What? You can just keep going and just keep going. It seems like they're coming close to a decision. How much tape do you have left? Okay. Go ahead and tape. Referee brings both fighters to the center. We're getting ready. The crowd expresses its appreciation for a very exciting fight. And by unanimous decisions, the judge score it in favor of Mike McCoy, getting a victory in his MMA debut. Both fighters put it all out there.